Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, honey, and this is my late review, honey, for Put a Ring on It, Love and Marriage DC, and also Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, but we are here nonetheless. Y'all know it was a busy weekend. Okay, a lot has happened, and I have been trying to cover it all. um, I'm trying to get it all together. Okay. But thank y'all for tuning in and everything. Okay. So yes, Put a Ring on Is, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and also Love and Marriage DC. We will also discuss the review that Stormy did for Miss Wanda's food. Okay. We will discuss that as well once we get to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. So y'all know, first things first, please make sure to be out here. Okay. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, to become a whole JayBird, and down. Okay, y'all know that's the thing to do. Subscribe, be an active subscriber, which means, come around here and actually watch my content. Okay, it is always appreciated. Even if you only watch for a minute or so, just come through, have a good time, get some good vibes, and all of that. Okay, yes, and yes. I will have my basketball wives and VH1 couple retreats up tomorrow. I know it's set right now for 2:30. But because I have not watched the episodes, because I just got off another hour and a half live, I may be tired after this. So it may be up later on tomorrow. So maybe up around 4 or 5. Okay, we can leave that be. But again, we are here for 2 of these shows, and then one more show that I don't have up. But also do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and Twitter. Y'all know, like, comment, subscribe, share. Okay, y'all know the comment section is meant for y'all to come here and have a conversation with who? With me. Okay, with me. We've been talking all weekend. Okay, look, it has been a busy, crazy weekend. Okay, and whatnot, but I'm gonna leave that be as well. So I first want to get into Put a Ring on It. Okay, Put a Ring on It, which came on Friday. And I was like, girl, why are they even around here? What is going on? Don't do that. Okay. I forgot, you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all. I always have to, you know what I'm saying, show y'all some love. Hey, okay, for being here and whatever and things. So, hello. Hey, I call live. And I've been live all weekend. I've been on live after live after live after live. Okay. Now, I hope to do that all the time. Okay, hey, how are you guys? We are all great. Hello to everyone, and we're back because my lab just ended at 8:30. It is 8:54. Was it 8:30? I don't know what time it was. It was like 8:15 maybe. But hey, y'all, hello, we're back. It's all love. It is all love around here. Okay, welcome back. Please hit the like button on your way in. Okay. Not Riley song, better late than never. That's what they say. Oh, poor Riley. Hey, Mom. Put a Ring on It was boring to me. I feel like Put a Ring on It does not need to be 10 episodes of the show. I feel like at some point it should be maybe 6 episodes, or maybe 7 episodes, and then 1 episode for the reunion. This season was not that good to me. That's also why I'm never like in a rush to review it, because I'm looking like, eh. You know what I'm saying? It don't be that much. We will get into the whole, what's her name? Shorty and Kenneth of it all. Okay. Because that's when it can be a whole lot. A whole lot. Hey, leave me in the chat. I enjoy all the lives. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm always around here doing lives today, tomorrow, forever. I'm exhausted by the couples on Put a Ring on. I think the couples are exhausted too, because I feel like we've seen pretty early on that, with Kenneth and Shorty need to be done. We've seen how Shay ain't gonna leave Alfonso, and we don't know what's gonna happen with Charlie and Otis, but she needs to leave that man. So it's like they play with our emotions, okay? But let's get into the actual episode of what's going on around here, okay? So I feel like, the couples is playing our emotions, okay? We got Shorty and Kenneth up top, okay? Otis and Charlie over on the end, and in the middle, Shay and Alfonso. And the fact that Charlie and Otis chose to go on more dates with them people just out of spite for each other. Okay, I think she said, I want to go on another day, a closure date with Chris. I was like, girl, for what? I think she did that just to piss off Otis. I think Otis, who chose to go out again with Sheree, was also just to make Charlie mad. I'm like, again, it's tip for tat shit. And at that point, y'all not ready for marriage. Y'all still playing tic-tac-toe in the dating stage, okay, on the TV show. So it gets on my nerves, okay? And when Otis brings up, I feel like Charlie was her date Chris was being disrespectful and speaking about threesomes and wanting to take Charlie from him. So now he mad at Chris. I was like, but why? Sir, hush. Because you've done foolish shit or whatever. Let her do her foolish things. It's just stupid to me. But whatever. So we do see this episode. The ladies are going to look at wedding dresses. I'm like, sure. Let them put on dresses for the weddings that they don't need to have. Okay. They do not need to marry anybody. No one on this show needs to be getting married. They just don't. I don't believe in that at all. Okay. Now, when Dr. Nicole, trauma dresses, okay, and ask yourself, is this the man I want to be with for the rest of my life? And I was like, no. Not at all. And I'm like, it made me think about, try the dress on to see if you can see yourself being with that man forever. I'm like, the first thing I thought, and I don't know why, I'm like, I don't have to eat cooch to know I don't want to eat cooch. I don't have to want to try something to see what it's like to know I don't want that. No, ma'am. No, Sam. No, thank you. Okay. Anyway, so they try on dresses. Okay. They all went together, little threesome, 1, 2, and 3. And they all had on different dresses. Okay, we see Charlie is first, Shay is second, Shorty is on other ends. Okay, and I was like, girl, now Charlie tried on her dress or whatever. Oh my God, I'm trying not to cry. Like, Charlie wants to get married. I don't know if she wants that because she's just been with him that long because she wants a payoff. I'm not sure. But Charlie fully wants to get married. Charlie was the happiest person in her dress. She was just, oh, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy is what she was, okay? But she also brings up how, I can see myself walking down the aisle with Otis. I'm like, really? You can see yourself walking down, okay. If she like it, I love it. She also brings up how we do have issues still that we came to work on, that we're still working on or whatever. But I think we're working on them and we're going to fix them, okay? And I think this dress is the one. I was like, but is Otis the one? I don't think Otis is the one. I really don't. Now, when Shay tried on her dress, they have her titties all out. She brings about it made her feel nervous. So again, Charlie was excited. Shay said, I'm nervous. I just wonder if this time it'll work out. Because they were engaged before, had a whole engagement party, and it fell apart. So her thing, like, will this engagement work? When the last one did not. Now, we do find out that at their engagement before, Alfonso's son and his mama wasn't there. And I'm like, what kind of man would I want? Like, why would I want to be with a man who do not want his kids or his mama at this situation? Because he not even beef for mama. Mama don't like me, and he won't fix. I was like, I would have said no from that point on. That's on me. Now she brings up Alfonso's gonna have a conversation with his youngest child's mom, his son's mom, to clear up any confusion on what Fonzo doing going forward. I would not be having a conversation about marriage with a man who has to have any kind of conversation with somebody else about what he wants to do. It's crazy to me, okay? See, I can't take the tit for tat right with them two. It's crazy. Okay, hey, who 11? Jesus, I'll be locked up in my office telling folks I want a conference call, just listen to you. I mean, we're on a low key on a Zoom call, and that's what it is. I doubled up on episodes because it was kind of boring at times. And I'm like, or whatever. Hey. Why did any of them try on dresses? Right, surely my girl burned that dress. Not only that, if she did not buy that dress, anyone who comes after her should burn it. Because whatever bad juju she had from Kim crazy ass, I don't want it on me, okay? No, ma'am. Charlie wants to cash in on her investment, and that's what she wants. She is confused and hates to love Otis and loves to hate Otis. They both feel that way. I think both Charlene and Otis love and hate each other, and that's where the tit for tat shit come from. And it's just stupid. Shorty may be short, but her mouth is big. Not her mouth is big. Not her mouth is big, but again, that's what it was. It's some bad juju because her and Kenneth, man, look, I can't wait to get on that. Now, Shorty trying her dress. And she, I think, I would make a beautiful bride, okay, but I don't know if I would have a beautiful marriage. I'm like, that's the most realest thing anyone can say. I look great in this dress and could be a beautiful bride, but would I have an actual beautiful marriage? She even said how Kenneth is a great guy, but he needs to step up and be a leader. I was like, a leader for what? No. Hey, thanks for being back. Am I late? A little bit. You're a little late. Not that late. A little late. Okay. Shorty hopefully taking an application from being on the show. I don't want her dating anymore. I want her to sit down somewhere and get her own stuff figured out too, because a part of him being a horrible partner was her accepting it for as long as she did and not being able to get out of it. So she needs time to heal herself for what she was going through with that man. I think Alfonso was in the fall with his son's mother. We're going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that, okay? Yes, please like the video if you are here, okay? Please, thank you and stuff, okay? So we do see Fonzo and Shay on a little date because now they in a better place, okay? And they want to be together or whatever, okay? And I'm like, boy, bye. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing about this. Shay was never going to really leave him. She just wasn't, in my opinion. I feel like she knowed the kind of man. In the first one, I'm like, why is his head half shiny, half dry? I'm like, what balls, grease is? I'm like, is it a wig? Is it a ball cap? I was so confused. But I'm like, whatever. But again, I don't think Shay ever was going to leave him. I think she knew who he was. She wanted to complain about it. She wants him to make her feel like he gonna change. I'm like, even had he not did no work, I just do not feel like Shay was gonna leave that man. I think for some reason they love each other, and that's what it is. And I think she know who he is, and and she just good on that. I think her main issue is like, don't let me know what you're doing. I should be around your mom or whatever. She wanted that part fixed, but I don't think that part of Alfonso, if he out on the road or whatever doing dirt, I think that's not gonna stop. I think he's gonna be sure to not let her know it's going on. I think that's the only difference. And I'm like, first of all, I can't believe this man came up in his restaurant, okay, with his bald, dry head. Okay, because y'all see it's shiny and dry. I'm like, is he wearing a bald cap? But okay, in a bald, dry, half shiny head, his titty was out. I'm like, his chain say fat. I was like, okay. Whatever. It's true. She's there. Yes, Shorty needs therapy for sure. Okay. A leader of whom and for what? Shorty said he needs to lead. Lead who? And what? For why and for how? I don't know. Why would she want him to lead for her when she's shown that she will be better by herself? It was shiny and dry. I thought it was a ball cap. Okay. Thank you to Wanda. Okay, I'm gonna wear a different color because y'all used to the red. I'm gonna put on either my purple or brown. I'm gonna change my color up. Okay. But I thought it was a ball cap. They touched up his face and forgot about his, because I'm like, it's a difference. It's like a lace front. It's like a ball lace front. He's wearing a bald lace front, people. He's wearing the bald lace front 2022 version. Okay. I can see why Fonzo with Shay, she gets decided for the bare minimum. When he said, I have a gift for you to make you feel better. Okay. I'm like, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be like a Chanel. I was like, it's gonna be something. It was some flowers, which is still nice because I love flowers too. But nonetheless, ball cap and titties out. That's what it was. Y'all know I hate, but it aggravates me when plus size men are allowed to be around here with their titties out and their bellies out or whatever. But a plus size woman just wear some, fitting, we get talking about. No, he out here with his titties out. Okay? And a ball lace front. So they chit chat or whatever, and you know how she like, I just don't know if you can live up to my expectations. I'm like, can you live up to your expectations and what y'all think this would be? I know for I don't believe Fonzo is going to be able to do anything wholeheartedly forever. I think he's gonna slip and dip when he wants to slip and dip, and he either gonna not let her find out, or she gonna forgive him, forgive me, forgive, and it's gonna be bad. Okay. Now they both say how they love each other and how they've never felt like this before or whatever. So I don't know what I would do without you, Shay. I don't know what I would do, okay? But I love you and I support you, and now my goal is to make sure I am trying to live up to your expectations. I was like, Fonzo is an girl. Fonzo is an enthusiastic man. I think he seems to be fun to be around. However, I feel like what she wants, he won't be able to fully do that. And it's good that she's telling him what she wants. I'm like, but you do know he ain't gonna do that fully, mama. And when he don't do it, I just want you to have the balls to leave him. All I'm saying. Okay, all I'm saying. Um, they use a nice powder on his face, but not the head. Okay, you have to always get the head. Okay, you can't be out here leaving dryness around the heads. Okay, that includes 4 heads. Okay, he wearing a cap before they put the wig on. That's what it is. That's what I saw. Okay, Alfonso thinks he's with Ross. Not just a bodyguard. Maybe he dresses like a manager at the club. Um, well, this is the thing. As far as I know, he actually does do work with Rick Ross, and they both just happen to be plus size black men with beards. You know, so and I think the fact that they grew up around each other. Now I don't know what they do exactly, okay, but I do know he has some kind of connection to the Ross of the Rick, okay. But I just be like, girl, okay. He put on some translucent powder. He need to stop doing that. And yeah, Shay is gorgeous. She's gorgeous, but sometimes you have to want better if what you have isn't making you happy. Hey, you have so many hilarious jams. I love. I hope you got it right. I need to a ball. You are too funny, not a ball. That's what I thought it was. I didn't know. I didn't know. But what I'm saying, they kiss and hug or whatever. Fine. We then see him later on calling the baby mama. Because as Shay said, she wanted him to call the baby mama to let her know what he gonna be doing going forward as far as their relationship. Let me make you something clear. It is clear that Rick Ross. It is clear that Alfonso and his son's mother were still messing around. I'm not gonna say they was messing around last week, but I'm saying within the time he was with Shay, he was fully still in some kind of way engaged in that lady, making her think that they could, still mess around. And so that's where the confusion came in my opinion. Okay. Now he tell her how look, you was right about how I did things wrong. Okay. And how now I'm here getting help for me and Shay in our relationship. Okay, and I know that I just cut you off and I was wrong for that, and I want to make that better. And when she was like, you know what? Look, he also told her that I value you as the mother of my son, okay? But I want everyone to get along for my son, for our son. Jewel, okay, who was only on the phone, okay, wasn't we? I'm like, we can't get no picture, nothing. It could be a real, not even a video chat. Jewel, I look, you cut me off out the blue, and so you tossed to the side. Okay, you may be healed, but I'm still broken. When she said you out there getting healed, while I'm still here broken, and not only that, on your end, you're okay. But I'm left with these loose ends to tie up because of you. I was like, they still fucking. She didn't even talk. She was talking like someone who knew full well he was still acting like he could be free to still dibble and dabble when he wants to. And now she's saying, now she's being told by him, hey, I can't dibble and dabble no more. And I think the way that he kept laughing, he felt like, I hope she don't say the wrong thing. Let me try to word this and I don't piss her off and she don't snitch on me on TV, okay? Because that's what's going to happen. But anyway, it's sliced. Alfonso, in some kind of way, was still dibbling dabbling with his son's mama. And I'm not saying again that it was anything currently, recently, whatever. But within the time with Shay, they were still each other in some kind of way. You can't tell me no different. That's the only reason why it made sense for him to keep them separate, and he didn't care about correcting it. And why he had a phone call with you and not an in-face conversation with you. Because you, what? We've been fucking this whole time? What? You know what I'm saying? And it was her saying, you may be here, but you left me here broken because of what you did. You know what I'm saying? And I have to tie up these loose ends myself. I was like, ooh, okay. You know, I feel deeply for you. I feel deep. I feel for how I handle it. I'm deeply sorry, okay? But this is the process of how I'm trying to tie up loose ends. I want to have a one-on-one conversation when I get back with you, with me and my mom or whatever, with me, you, my mama, and you, with you, me, my mama, and also with Shay. And I was like, mm-hmm. And Jules said, look, you can't introduce, you know, your new girlfriend or wife or whatever to your child without first introducing her to me. And I was like, look, I know there's always a lot of controversy about can a parent introduce their child to their new person before that new person has met the other parent. I am a firm believer in I don't want to meet your kids if they mama is not aware of my presence. We may not have to meet in person, but there has to be some kind of level of, hey, baby mama, mother of the kids, I'm Jaylee. Okay, and not only that, I am going to respect you as a kid's mom. I'm going to respect your children. I'm going to treat them with the utmost respect. I never understand when anybody feels like they don't have to let the other parent at least meet or have a conversation with the person that's about to be around their children. If your kid is a kid, now if it's like a teenager, you know what I'm saying, like an adult kid, whatever, okay. But if kid is still in school, I would like to meet them first, just so that we have that conference. And it's not even about the new person, you know, being the top dog. It's not. It's let's have a common courtesy because you are going to be around, and so am I. And ain't no point in us being beefed out. Okay. Please, no, you shouldn't have to fight this hard for me to choose and love you. We have to stop breaking our own hearts. I agree. Thank you, Tawanda. I truly appreciate your husky made my weekend so entertaining. Thank you very much. Okay, look, it's been a hard working weekend. I thank you so much for that. Okay. Well, thank you. But yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the baby mama saying like you need to let me meet her first to meet our kid. Period. Okay. That's disrespectful to do that. Okay. But she also brought up how at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, and I will take time for everybody to get along, and I want to make it work. I'm happy she did say, but I want to meet whatever, and I want, you know, to make it work, but it's gonna take time for the, like, you the daddy, I'm the mama. We have been a great team. Even though, don't forget, you've also fucked up. Meaning you played me. Don't forget that. Pay me some money to stay quiet so you can keep dibbling dabbling. Okay? But at least she was open to still having them all meet and talk and get along or whatever, because now he's saying, oh, you know, me and Shay are going to be together. Okay. That man's still dibbling dabbling. Okay? Otis and Sheree have a date. I don't know why Sheree, because I know her name is. First of all, she probably went Fendi lipstick. It looked like mine. Okay. She looks great. I don't know why Sheree thought it was smart for her to sit around here and have a third date with Otis, when I'm like, nothing went right the first two times. I would have said, no, I'm good. Because the first time he paid you dust, the second time he paid you dust, he wants to do this to make Charlie jealous, and it's dumb. And she said, I wonder why he wants another date, because, you know, but he's happy when he sees me, because he a liar and he's a cheat. Okay, not cheat, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He on bullshit. But I'm like, you know, I didn't know if she came back to just still be on the show. Because I would have said no to a third date. Because yeah, he was an asshole. A complete asshole. Like she was talking and trying to engage with him, and he was just not paying her any attention. And I'm like, when he said, "You hungry? Wants food?" Okay, and left and got. I'm like, what? It's not even a date. It's not, and between them is always weird. I also think he's emotionally abusive. I do think that as well. I fully do. Okay. But again, this date to me was BS. And when Shai, so what's next? You know what I'm saying? Have you learned anything, from being around here? This fool said, I've learned that I want to propose to my girlfriend. I was like, what? And the fact that she then, what, if I was able to help you make that decision, I'm saying, yeah, girl, it had nothing to do with you. And that is no Tino shade to her. Him telling you he wants to be with his girlfriend had shit to do with you, because as far as we saw in the episodes, he never even gave you eye contact much. He was out, he was just looking around, and I can't stand people who were having a conversation. Why are you not looking in my eyes? Why are you not talk to me? Okay, he wasted her time the whole time. He's super whack. Psycho eyes of Otis. Completely. Utterly. Stupid, okay? But again, I'm not surprised that, it did not work out. I'm going to leave them people be. We also see Charlie has her day with Chris. And I'm telling y'all, Chris has devil dick, okay? Chris looked like, he do some soul connections when he doing things sexually or whatever. So I can tell that because when he talked to her, when people talk to you in a certain way, you can just tell. Okay, you can just tell. So now he gave eye contact because he wanted to mess her soul up, or whatever. So she tells Chris how, Chris tells her how, I want to just show you something different or whatever. I'm saying I want to be there for you. I'm saying I want to see it, what's possible in the future if you're single. Okay, I like you. And I was like, because he has the devil's penis. She tells him how I show Otis his Facebook page, his IG page, whatever. So Otis know what you look like. I also show him how you be like in my pictures. Charlie telling Chris what she told Otis about Chris is simply showing me you tried to make Otis jealous by showing her Chris. Because you and Otis do tit for tat shit. Ain't no way I would have did all that. Or I would not have told told Chris about it. I was like, girl, Charlie played this many games as Otis does. Now Otis is still the worst. Okay. But this conversation gave me, it gives me when Otis watching back, I want him to see how much I could have had Chris. I was like, girl, get on my face. Anyway, so she also brings up how, I think, you're great, you're so nice and everything. So, but I'm committed to Otis. I am fully committed to him because we've been together for 3 years. He's saying it's not easy to walk away from that. And I get it's never easy to walk away from anything that you've been at for so long. However, when you're on a show to figure out, is it working? Is he changing? It's not working. He's not changing. That's the best time to leave. That's the best time to leave because you're up here examining what should be done. Okay? And I was like, yeah, Charlotte keeping him for a rainy day. The day because he said, look, you're going to call me back before next week. And I'm like, she might. He also said, I respect your decision. I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? But you know how to get in contact with me. I was like, But Otis needs therapy. His dad didn't seem cool. I do think he's a narcissist. Otis will be stalking them. He probably already following Chris. You know what I'm saying? I need to find Chris on IG. If anyone knows IG, send it to me via DM. I just want to see what he looked like off the show, and if he looked like he got devil dick off the show. I want to know. She likes to go back and forth for him. Both trying to win, but they're both losing together. Okay, let's get to Shorty and Kenneth cuddling. Okay, cuddling. I'm like, who, girl? After y'all at a cuddling session, I was like, y'all two. Not smart. Now the cuddling session focuses on platonic physical touch, okay? And Shorty brings up, I don't know why Dr. Nicole set this up. She know I don't want to hold that man's hand, let alone cuddle with him. The fact that when she's standing up and he's on his knees, that's I was like, she is so tiny. He's so tall. I was like, girl, first of all, a lot can happen with that scenario, okay? As a short, I'm only 5, I'm 5'2". As a short woman, we like tall men. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever. But, if you that girl, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, girls, stop getting distracted. Um, them before talking. So they have him sit with his head in her lap to have a conversation. And I was like, I feel like we've known for like 2 episodes, at least 2 episodes. They need to fully break up, and that's what makes this show boring. Is that we find out too soon that the couple need to break up, so we're kind of disengaged in it because, like, you know what, they just leave. It's done. Okay. I used to date only tall men. Now it may be something different. Look, Keisha. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was like, oh, look, it's just things going on. They are a mismatch. A couple she's older than him, right? She's not that old. I think he's like 35 and she's like 40. So it's not that much of a difference. He looks so young and she just looks mature. But I don't think she looks that much older than him. Not now that the season has progressed, he just looks really young. He looks younger than what he is. Honestly, but that's what it is. So they lay around talking or whatever, and it's supposed to be like calming, relaxing conversation. And she just, okay, what do you want from me? Okay. I want you to believe in me. I want you to believe that I'll show up, and I want you to believe I'm being genuine or whatever. I need you to believe. I'm like, that's so basic. That's so basic, okay? To say, hey, what do you want? I want you to just believe. It's like, would you want me to believe in you as far as what? Doing what? Believe in what? Just believe in you, but what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's crazy to me. Thank you, the mental fit chick. I'm fat and my husband fat too. Well, honey, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Get right on it. I'm like, anyway. I do not think she's hard enough to ride a ride. Look, you will be surprised. Well, no, she is, because again, it just works. Look, I'm gonna have a full-fledged adult late night conversation lives coming up in June. I'm gonna probably have them like Friday nights at like 10 p.m. Okay, to have these kind of conversations and stuff. Okay, but look, you'll be surprised. Okay, he's a boy. I'm not throwing back. Yeah, I'm only 5'2". But I'm like, it is what it is. However, the conversation of him just wanting her to believe in him, and she said, okay, believe in what? Like, you want me to believe something? You want me to believe in something I have not seen. So what is that? What can we do? Okay. What's going to happen? I don't know. And he like, what? I just need you to believe me as a man. I'm a black man in the world. And I'm like, I hate when men go to, I know I ain't shit. I know I have not done stuff. However, can you believe me because I'm a black man? No. Because if you ain't doing shit, what's the point of me believing in you? Okay. And when she thinks, okay, well, tell me what you're gonna do that you want me to believe in. I don't want to talk about that. I want to lead with action. I'm like, you can't lead with action if you don't have no plan. And then her like, I just want to hear your plan of, like, she's not even saying like, show me the plan. Tell me what your plan is, even if you have not done it. What's your plan? Like, what's and he had nothing. He get pissed because she's just asking him what your plan is. I'm like, Lord, and the whole relaxing vibe just kind of left because Kendall's mad because she won't take him at his word of nothing. Because in these instances, Kenneth gives her his word that means nothing and wants her to believe in him showing her nothing, but wants her to support him solely because he's a black man in his word. I was like, that ain't how it works. You want a fantasy, which like you want a fantasy, and that's not what it is. I'm looking for an actual plan, okay? And he don't have no plan. And the fact that he know he don't have no plan, because he said I don't have no plan. He know that. So Kenneth is insecure because she's asking him for something he know he don't have. I don't have no plan. I don't have no plan. And the fact that she's like, okay, well, but I need this. And I'm like, Kenneth needs intense counseling because his thought process and his emotions are out of whack. They are. Now, does Kenneth deserve love? He does deserve love. However, before he gets that love from somebody else he's dating, he need to go and sit down with somebody, get some things together, get himself together, and then get the love he needs. You can't feel like you're going to date someone who's going to heal you. That ain't how it works. Ain't how it work. Okay, not at all. And I was like, what is wrong with Kenneth? Now, they get back to the house. Okay? Get back to the house, and Kenneth is acting a plum D fool because, again, she asked him stuff at that girl, that not counseling, what's it called? What they doing? Cuddling. The cuddling session. And overnight, she told him some more things of how she felt. So now he pissed. He upset. Okay. Now he said, I want to be honest with her. I want to tell her how I feel, but it's on bullshit, whatever. She got him on the show and showed her ass. He's making it seem like I have never been honest with her and I want to now tell her how I feel, and she got this. I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was around here eating wings, drinking beer, and laughing, I'm like, he's insane right here. He's having an episode. And it's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I want him to fix it. Okay? He's on bullshit. I don't like it. Get out my face. Okay? Yeah, he's an amateur. Yes, he's an amateur emotionally. It's crazy. Crazy that he really feel like, okay, it's cool to act. I'm like, what is what? And I love the fact that the whole time he talking and down to her, that she not saying nothing. She's letting him show his ass so that everyone can see this is what I mean. This is who he is when y'all ain't around. And he's now showing that. Okay. And I was like, He said, I should not get married to anyone like you. I've been sacrificing and you don't appreciate it or whatever. And said, I want someone who loves me and who won't judge me, who knows my worth, and that ain't you. I've been lying to myself that you love me, but you don't care about me. You've been talking, talking about me this whole time. On the show, on the show, she was saying stuff that she felt. And I also admit, I said sometimes the things she said came off harsh, but I think it's because she felt safe to say it there. Because he on bullshit. He's on complete bullshit. So I think she's like, this time for me to say everything I want to say, because if not, it's gonna be, get out my face, man. And so when he also said, you would never my type, and everyone knew, and they told me, to leave you weak. You know what I'm saying? I will never settle for someone weak. I was like, he walking around drinking, okay, eating chicken, spitting in my opinion too, okay, and just being an asshole. Okay, thank you, mental fit chick. You have to come to a relationship whole, right? Come in whole. And I'm like, if you not whole, it's gonna go down the drain. Completely down the drain. Yeah, it was a psychotic break. I'd have seen that. Somebody said that. Keisha, yes. The way he acted, the way he was walking around, his erratic behavior. This fool was on the couch. He was on cartwheels. When he laid across the couch, I was like, what? First of all, you see how small she is. Look at this long. I was like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? He's completely in shock. Yes, thank you, Jamie Carter, for the super chat. He finally showed his hand on camera. And I think that's why sometimes she kept, I won't say she was baiting him, but I do think she knew that he was being the good Kenneth. So let me show y'all the Kenneth I deal with. Okay, right. What is it he sacrificed? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Um, it has made me feel like what we said all season, that she came here to fully just let him show his ass. And by doing that, okay, he's showing his ass so that way I can just say this while I left. Yep, mask cracked. Professional help. And I had reached out to him on IG because I was gonna we was gonna have him on the panel. We still may, I don't know, but I felt like you can't come back from this and try to say in any shape, way, or form that you was not a major part of the issue, because you getting drunk, eating wings, and being crazy on this lady was insane, completely insane. Okay, and when Shorty let him go off, I was like, okay, okay, you know what? You should pack your stuff because I feel the same way. Okay, I also feel that we're not ready. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't have any more patience. After 3 years of dating, I do not have any more patience for a man to wait and get himself together. So when you leave, he wasn't ready for her to put him out. He was not, because he got kind of sober. What? Why we gotta exit? I just said we don't need to get married or engaged. I didn't. But again, men like to be around here talking big shit until someone say, well, you can leave. There's the door. I feel the same way. Get out. Get your shit. Get your shit and get out. Okay. I was like, it's crazy to me that he acted a full ass, but again, wasn't ready to leave because he had nowhere else to go at that point in time. Okay. I was like, And the whole time he didn't agree to leave, but he still was walking around doing cartwheels. He was yelling and he was yelling and fussing and cussing at her, and the whole time she just stayed calm. In my opinion, because she knew they see him now, and because they see him, I don't have to invoke anything else in him because it's fully on camera. And I don't have to say shit. He gonna keep going and going and going and going. And when he then, it's gonna be like before when I leave and you call me back. I'm like, no, I think this time she was done. Okay, thank you, Jamie. He literally threw a whole tantrum, and I was like, is he doing? First of all, he too damn tall to do a cartwheel in the house. He did 2 cartwheels. Crazy, deranged, unstable, manipulative, all of the above. Okay, all of the above. And the crazy part was, I felt like he didn't feel like he did anything wrong the whole time. And then when he told her that she was a fake motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You talk shit for 6 weeks, and then told her you as fake as your eyelashes. I was like, what? Not her eyelashes. And then as he was leaving, called her little ugly. I was like, what? And then look, when she helped him pack them bags, I was like, oh, she done. Take bags, pack outside. And this is also something else. So anyone who only has a suitcase that she gave him, piano suitcase, a suitcase and 3 trash bags and stuff, sir, you don't even look. That little amount of stuff is probably what I have in dirty clothes right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you don't even own much. You got put out and got 1 jacket, a suitcase, and 3 trash. You don't even have shit, sir. You don't have nothing, sir. What's going on? How is that possible? Where your shoes at? What happened? I'm confused. It was stupid. And now you put out, and now you, all right, little ugly. No, you look ugly because you acted a complete ass the whole time. Okay, you know, someone's a bum, and that's because where your stuff at? Where your pots and pans? Where your cologne at? Where your hair products at? Where your shampoo at? Where your underwear at? Your socks? Where all that at? Okay. Now, could it be that he packed some stuff real quick to leave and to come back for the rest? I don't know. But I'm like, if you don't have a full bag of underwear, sir, what are you doing? It's $365 a year. Wear your underwear, wear your socks, wear your shoes, wear your t-shirts. Yeah, she had to help him because he would not pack his shit. He kept walking around drinking and doing fucking cartwheels like a crazy person and call her ugly. Okay. Now I said before that the reason I thought I feel like they're broken up currently because on social media, when she be at home posting where she's at this apartment still. He's somewhere else and it ain't there. So I'm like, they must be done. But anyway, after this, they should be done. Okay. Kenneth is crazy. Kenneth needs help. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me that he used the guise of, look how she treat me. I deserve love too. I should get love too. And I was like, yeah, but you not right in your head, in your hearts, or anything. You need more help to do some stuff within yourself, and then maybe get a girlfriend, okay? And I do feel like Shorty, should have tried to leave him sooner. But we can see he's crazy. And if that's him around people where he know he can't fully be on bullshit, you can imagine he's probably worse when the camera crews and producers aren't around. And that's what's done. Okay. But let's move on to Love and Marriage DC. I'll do DC first. Okay. But first, y'all like the video, please. Because liking is always the thing to do. Okay. Thank y'all for liking the video. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Also, make sure that you're commenting in the comment section, and this is a conversation. Okay. Not shoes in the box. Lord Jesus. Okay. I'm kind of sad because even though his bum ass was wrong as fuck, I still think she was wrong for bringing him on the show, knowing she didn't want to be with him and embarrass him again. Thank you, Tiffany Ross, for the Cash App. Thank you very much. Okay, the Cash Apps are always accepted. Thank you very much. Okay, I feel like she didn't bring him on the show to embarrass him. I feel like she really thought he can date somebody else and I'm free to leave him. I think he just did not want to date anybody else. And so in the end, he just ended up being embarrassed. I don't think she embarrassed him. I think he embarrassed himself. I can see the point of saying, why bring him on the show? Like, why not just leave him, whoever. But I also feel like, no, he embarrassed himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's on him. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage DC, a thing to discuss, okay? Hey, Ebony, your coverage of the Love and Marriage drama this past weekend was unmatched. Look, I don't know how I did it. You know what I'm saying? It was so many lives and just thumbnails and just conversations. And I'm just, but thank you very much. I appreciate everybody realizing how hard it is to gather all that information, here, there, and everywhere. And then bring it to y'all in a, cohesive live to show, everything. But again, I was tired. Okay, I was tired. Even now, because, now with the whole D.O. Hughley and Monique situation. So that's the whole, the lie, honey. That's why these show lives kept getting pushed back. Because I had to cover everything else. Because you that would have had us up Sunday. But I'm like, I had to get, I had to, the momentum my channel has garnered from the live for Love and Marriage. I'm like, I have to stay on top of it. So if there's gossip topics, discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Discuss it. So I haven't even done a gossip chat in a minute because there was so much going on. So, but thank y'all so much for, seeing me for what it was, okay, which was a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, Lord Jesus. I wasn't able to catch your live, but I watched the replays. You did an awesome job. Thank you. And I, appreciate all the live watching folks and also the rewatch hers. No, Beverly Hills come on tomorrow. That's Tuesday. Tomorrow. I'm going to watch the first 3 episodes. I'm not going to review them, and I'm going to start reviewing from episode 4 because I wholeheartedly meant to review the show, but I just got carried away with stuff. So for those of you who care, I will still be doing Beverly Hills. You just won't get the reviews for the first 3 episodes. I don't have time. I don't have them. I can't do it. It's not in me. Okay. I'm very proud of you for the work you put in on those lives. You went viral and you deserve it. And yeah. But let's go on. So I just want to say thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay. Because look, it takes energy to do these lives. And it was like 2 hours. Like, no, not 2 hours, 4 times a day. Okay. But let's get into what we came here to get into. I think DC is first. So the DC episode, first of all, the new outfits. Okay. Arena and Jamie in their new confessional looks. I'm like, clearly Arena knew to get a better makeup artist because her makeup on the left, I may be all right. Well, on the left in the gold dress, and then her makeup in the fuchsia color dress, she kind of looked like 2 different people. It could be the mama and the daughter. You know what I'm saying? The mama and the daughter is what it looked like to me. But I feel like, okay, because just the makeup in the gold dress was a little bit too dark for me. And I don't think she's that. It looked like funeral makeup. And in the burgundy fuchsia type dress, she looks more even skin tones and better. Okay, that's something. But again, only the people be. But the episode picks up right where it left off before with them at the little dinner table, whatever, having a conversation. We are now on episode, I think 3. Can't put my damn notes up. Episode 3, and let me say, I was watching this episode. I was watching this episode when the whole D.L. Hughley. I had to pause the show to take a notes. I had to watch this real quick. But yeah, and her makeup was definitely, I'm gonna go back because I'm like, I ain't tripping. The makeup was for sure different. And the crazy part was, I was like, that's the same, because I was like, that's the same part. I'm like, that way. I'm like, she looks different. Because even in scenes, she doesn't look how she looks in that gold dress. In scenes, she just looks different. Honey, casket shawl. So I'm like, she got a whole new makeup artist who made her look more like herself. I don't think she looks like herself in the gold dress in the face. She looks older there. And even though she may be older, I think she probably in her 30s, maybe her 40s or 50s maybe, but she don't look older on the show. So the fact that here, since she looked cast the shop, I was like, girl. But again, in the burgundy over there, well, it's like fuchsia. Amazing. Looks amazing. Okay. But sometimes all it takes is a bit of a difference, in makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, you look kind of crazy. So with them at the dinner, whatever, still fussing and cussing and talking, Chris bring up how he talked to Kevin because he wanted his set of things or whatever. And we're like, look, you can say whatever. Of course, him at 60, who has a whole 40-year-old wife, he will be crying about me because he wants to keep me. Okay. But Kevin had a car. Kevin was on bush. Like, I had to get my car back from him. And I'm like, oh, Winter, stop talking. Every time Winter brings up something more about her and Kevin. It makes more people say, damn, did you know him? And I'm not saying that in any agreement to what Ashley said or whatever. I do feel like we have to know sometimes people will make us think there's something they're not. We have to know that sometimes people do put the wool over our eyes, and people have married people and thought they knew them, and they did not. So I'm not saying that because she keeps putting stuff. It's like, girl, you didn't know that man. He probably he put up a facade, and she believed it. You know what I'm saying? But when Ashley brought up how he was dating that man and didn't go to his house, like you had all red flags waiting with you, and you ignored them, and I was like, okay. But when it's like, well, at the end of the day, I'm divorcing him, whatever. He got the papers or whatever, and I'm done. To me, Ashley was doing the absolute most. Ashley, for some reason, has an issue with Winter, and I can't figure it out. This is only episode 3, and I do not know why. Not Leathery. Who Leathery, honey? Who was Leathery? You know, not Leathery. Winter was focused on the bag. But I think she was like the more successful one. I don't know. But I just don't like the narrative that Ashley is pointing that Winter, was at fault for not doing this and that. And I like how I want to brought up how is it an issue with me and not him? But when they all decided to play a game that Monique set up or whatever, and Monique then says how Winter will be like the host because she is the experts or the specialists with relationships or whatever. And Ashley said, well, how is she just, how? She has one divorce and one scammer. And I was like, the shade of it. Right. And this is the thing. It wasn't that she was wrong. It's that she was being extra as fuck about it. And that's what I don't get. I don't get it. It's like, I think people don't get, it's not what you do or what you say, it's how you say it and how you do things. And she could have easily had those same questions or whatever, but just made it in a way to where it did not look like or seem like she was being a bitchy asshole. You know what I'm saying? And when they talk, I did not like how it did seem like, and it's always seemed like from episode 1 that for some reason she just don't like Winter, and she don't have to. But I just wonder, well, why? But how? Like, I don't get the point. I don't know. Ashley was asking questions, but it made people uncomfortable. And I think it's because of how she was asking them. But how are you a specialist and both of your relationships failed? I think that's where people get things mixed up. No one wants to go talk to someone who don't know shit. If you get married at 18, would you take advice from Tisha as a wife? Because her and myself been married for what, 20 odd years? For 15 years. So Tisha is currently married, has a husband. Her marriage is still intact. Would you take advice from Tisha solely because she's still married? I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. And I think it's something to be said with someone saying, because I want to make sure I get my point right. She brought up how, you have to have a successful story in order to be successful. Who are you helping if you had a scammer and a divorce? And when wonder, like, there's not one person where I couldn't talk to because I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been single, I've been through drama. I was a married mom, I've been a single mom. I can speak to and I can encourage a lot of people. And I don't think any person who says I'm a specialist, their claim to fame should be I'm still married. I think sometimes you can be I also don't think she could call herself a specialist, but I don't have an issue with her saying she is a person you can go to for advice about relationships based on her experiences. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that. So that's the part that I can kind of, think about. Because again, people want to say, because when Ashley said, well, your marriage has failed, so how can you give anyone else advice? Tisha's still married to Marceau. So That's how I gauge things. I'm like, people, even with with Devon Franklin being the expert on Married at First Sight, how he an expert. He got divorced. I'm like, do y'all not know that the way you learn in life is by failure and learn? I said before, if you do not learn from your mistakes, you are a fool. So that's my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? And when Ashley said that the only way to measure success is if it's currently working out, I said, to me, that lets me know she is superficial and also service level. Because so many people are successful and it's based on them learning from their failures. And I don't want to hear from anyone who hasn't had to fix shit. I also don't want to hear folks who feel like because you're still in it, it's successful. And yeah, Jamie, you want people who can relate to different stuff. That I say for me when I do the reviews, when I say different things, it's because I'm speaking from the life I've lived. If I'm having issues in my marriage, why would I want to go to somebody who don't have issues and don't know how to fix them? I will for sure take advice from Jackie. You want to know why? Jackie and Doug have a successful marriage because they both seem happy. Jackie and Doug has for sure, in my opinion, they have a successful marriage. Jackie may be wacky as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Jackie is wacky as fuck. But Jackie, I would take advice from Jackie. Successful and for you run hand in hand. If anyone think that, a successful marriage was not built on overcoming shit over the years, you're foolish. And sometimes the way to learn from one thing is to move on to the next. So her first marriage, and let's not forget, Winter was married the first time, I think, for 15 years. And what she learned from that was, I knew that man, was married to that man for that time. He cheated on me and got somebody else pregnant. So if she's talking to someone about shit, she can speak on that. And I think people miss that. I think people do feel like if you are not, successful currently in your marriage, or if you have been divorced, you can't advise me on shit. And I'm going to give y'all an example of how that don't make no sense to me. If someone is married and they get divorced because their husband cheated, I didn't fail. He did. If I married Kevin, the second husband, who fooled me, and put up a front of who he was, and when I found out who he was, I left him. That ain't my fault, because once I figured it out, I left. I think people don't get, you have to learn from shit. Learn from mistakes. Learn, that's how you get better. That's how I can advise YouTubers on how to not do shit I did when I first started. Because I've learned in the past 5 years what to do and what not to do. I'm not a YouTube expert. However, I can for sure advise folks on YouTube shit. Folks, they do cheating and babies and everything else, and don't make your marriage. It does not. And I feel like later on in the season, I felt like in the premiere, in the season clip for like the season or whatever, we seen both Silver and Anthony admit they both cheated on each other. So how was your marriage? Is your marriage successful? Your husband, your marriage, y'all both cheated. Is that success? No. So I think some people like to judge based on, okay, your marriage didn't work out, so you can't advise me on shit. I was like, I don't think that's true. I don't. I don't think the term relationship expert is a term she used, but as she wants to say, she's a relationship advice giver is okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that's okay. People who have failed at things can absolutely give great advice on what went wrong and what they would do differently, but that's different than telling me what to do. And I'm like, I think, and when she said I can talk, she said, what did she say? I can speak to or encourage a lot of people because I was married, divorced, single through drama, a married mom, a single mom. I can speak to a lot of things based on what I went through. If all you went through was rainbows and lollipops and good dick and no one cheating, then you can't advise me because you haven't survived shit. It's my opinion, okay? And I don't like Ashley. She appears to be a mean girl, and she wants to be the villain, and that's fine. That's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't like the notion of how can you say again the title Winter used is the wrong title. You should not call yourself a relationship expert. I don't think that's the right title, but I do think there's a space for people who have went through a lot of things and they are now in a better place, either mentally or emotionally, whatever. You can advise folks who are the same way that a woman who used to be abused can advise folks who are in that situation on how it gets better once you leave. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But something about the way that Ashley was addressing Winter, I didn't like. I felt like it was judgment. I felt like her thing is, I know for a fact that your one husband cheated and this husband was a scammer, so you must be the issue. So you can't tell anyone that you are an expert at nothing within relationships. And I don't think that's true. I don't. But again, that's why I say Ashley is surface level and superficial. Because if you don't know as an adult woman that failure teaches you how to advise on shit, then that's the reason that parents can advise kids because they've grown up and your parents have lived a life. So parenting is the definition of failure making you to be a fucking expert. Because you've lived life and now have to help your child live life too, based on what you learned growing up. Okay? So again, I don't like Ashley. I don't like her attitude towards Winter. I don't. And I also don't like Winter in that damn title. Girl, change your title. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. Leaving after being dogged out is a personal success, and she still said right. She can be somewhere crying and ashamed of what she went through. And that's why the reason so many people don't succeed is because people who have failed or had a misstep doesn't want to have a conversation about the misstep or failure because they're then judged. Okay. Anyway. I just want to say that. Okay, I want to move on from that. Okay, and I just think as judgment, and even Quick saying how you had this, and I'm like, Quick, shut up. Okay, but when they get on, Ashley saying how now people they got on like celebrity crushes or whatever, and when Ashley brought up how people now have access to celebrities or whatever, you get a slide in the DM, and when Winter then said, "Oh, you mean because your husband is Quick? Because Quick is a celebrity." So she's like, "Oh, you mean no? I don't need him. I look how I am, girl. You look like everyone else who looked like you. You know who looked different? Tiana Taylor, gorgeous woman, but she looked different. And I say that, and I mean what I mean by that is." Some people look alike. Some of these women around here look just alike because it's a mold that y'all ask for. The same lashes, the same weave, the same brow, the same lips, the same Botox, the same titties. You know what I'm saying? You look the same. So to make it seem like, okay, of course I don't mean that my husband is the reason why I would have access to anybody else. I mean that because I don't need him. You do look gorgeous. Not that she's a gorgeous woman. Fine, but you look like everyone else. Winnie Harlow looks different and gorgeous. Okay. I can't think of who right now. Even Lupita Nyong'o looks gorgeous and different. Okay, but I was like, whatever. Again, something about Ashley. Is it Ashley? Yeah. Something about her I don't like, and I think it's the fact that she is a mean girl from the door. And I think she's okay with that. And it's fine. Okay. But, it was for us. Anyway, we see Raina and Jamie going on a little walk. Not Jamie, it was Jamie and Jamie on a little walk, little talk together. And it's to discuss the conversation had at the dinner. Now, Jamie voices this issue with the fact that Raina, did not stay silent when it came to discussing their past issues in their marriage or whatever. He like, I thought that you would just, not say it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how we move. Okay, you complain about how I would sometimes speak about stuff too much, but you then went and said all this shit, and I don't know why. You bring up old shit from the company, I don't know why. And I'm like, I never get how anyone comes on a reality show and assume no one will ask about shit in life. I do not get that. I don't. Not we're on a reality show. The whole point of that is talking about what's going on. Like, you can't be up here boasting about your marriage of all these years and then want to keep the whole whatever y'all went through a secret. I'm like, why be on here? For what? I don't understand it. Okay. And then he said you should have acted like you didn't remember. I'm like, Nick, but she should lie. Anyway, they get into him having to have conversations with their sons. Because her father was in prison, so she never had that, bond or that connection with her father because he wasn't around. So she wants to make sure that Jamie is actively talking to and engaging with their sons. I think that's great. You know what I'm saying? I think there's nothing wrong with someone saying, hey, make sure that you around here, being a father to our children, their boys or whatever. Araya looks amazing. That's why I said that other makeup, I'm like, it made her look older. I'm like, 'cause she don't look 48 here at all. So it was a bad makeup artist. Okay. A Muppet. They do turn some Muppet faces, not Muppet faces. Yes, Ashley gives Bully tea. Wonder gives me KJ. Oh, she do. I can get that. I can get that. For sure. Not their son is cute. We see Chris and that was really all they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Chris and Monique packing to go on a little trip or whatever. They have a new confession or whatever. I think that Chris's confession was new. Okay, they together right here. I do like her look more here than I had before in the same outfit. Like, here looks kind of cute. Okay, kind of cute. Even her hair looks better here. So I think earlier could have just been a bad angle. But they packing for Africa. And then, we then see how Winter calls Monique. And she brings, I wish we had time to discuss, the dinner or whatever, y'all leaving, because that was a lot going on. And so while chatting or whatever, she also brings up someone like, I want you to go on the trip, whatever, and just enjoy your husband. Like, go and have a good time with your husband, let me that. Chris hear that, and Chris gets mad. Okay, he's upset, like, as if she's around here just dogging him out to the friends. And I was like, but I feel like that you and her have issues right now. So I'm like, why do you think Wanda don't know that, for one? And then for two, it wasn't even said in a negative way. It's like, hey, go have fun and enjoy your husband. I'm like, Chris, calm down. Chris, stop. Chris, breathe. Chris, don't do that. Okay? And I like when she then told, like, look, we're like friends. And I want us to get back to that romance. I want that. And I'm like, I don't got Chris. I think she in this thing, romance is not even really sex. I think romance is way more than that. But Chris just don't get it, and that's Monique's issue. That he don't get what she needs, and because he don't get what she needs when she's complaining about it, he feel like she's complaining because she don't like him. It's like, no, I love you, honey. I love you very dearly. Okay, but I want you to be more enthused, to be romantic with me. Okay, and so they do have like a little conversation, a little argument, a little bit, because at the dinner he did tell her to hush. Okay, to hush. And I was like, hush to me, and he said hush is a polite way to tell someone to shut up. I'm like, yeah, but it's still saying shut up. And her thing is like, you cannot make me shut up. I'm a firm believer in you should not tell people to shut up, not your spouse. Okay. However, people ain't perfect. And sometimes you may give me a look, hush. Leave me alone. Man, look, stop. You know what I'm saying? You may get that. And it ain't that big of a deal. But again, Monique and Chris, in my opinion, are in a state of just, they're not in a good space. And I think that happens because again, they've been married for 10 years. And who Monique and Chris was 10 years ago is not who they are now. I think because they got married in their 20s. So, like, I'm 40. 20-year-old Jaylee is not who I'm different. So I can see as you grow and get older, you want different things, and you hope the person that you with is willing to work on that too. But I'm gonna leave that be, okay? What? Yes, they're entering different phases in life. They're 10 years apart, so it's a difference. And you know what I'm saying, this what if couples have issues. I don't know how old they are. I know she's in her 30s. I don't know how old Chris is. But either way it go, even if she's 35 and he's 45, even if she's 38, he's 48, at the end of the day, you're still different who you are 10 years later. It's just different. And they have to, you know what I'm saying, not giving lazy dick. He giving lazy dick and she's re-energized. And she kind of wants that. And yes, their issues are not uncommon. I think people just think that because it's a show. And I'm like, I don't think that. I don't. Okay. Winter talks to her mom about her and that man or whatever. Her mom was look. We got the first mama. Well, no, the second mama. We also seen a random mama on here too. Well, the mom, like, look, you know what I'm saying? The mom at some point, once Winter and Kevin was having issues with her mom, like, look, daughter, I feel like Kevin is not who he told us he was. And it's like from that day on, her mama did not fool with Kevin no more because mama felt like, okay, something going on. And I don't know what. He fooled us, tricked us, hoodwinked and bamboozled us, and I don't like it, okay? And so for that reason, mom was like, was done. But the mom said I also felt guilty because the mom said she was the one who encouraged Winter to give Kevin a chance because I felt like because he was older, he would be more established, he would be more stable. And I thought that's what you needed. But again, it's because Kevin fooled people into thinking who he was. Okay? Monique 38, he's 44. So again, it ain't that different. You know what I'm saying? They're 6 years apart. I'm like, y'all be going too far. Okay. But she also brought up how they were served with like the papers of him being sued at the house and how, you know, the kids was around. I can't believe this and believe that. I think at the end of the day, Winter got. I think everyone in life has just been fooled by penis. And Eve, you know, that's by man. Okay. And you can be fooled because he tricked you because you thought he was one thing. And you just kind of wake up one day and realize, oh, wait a minute, that ain't who he was. So Winter but everyone in life at one point or the other has been fooled by someone. Period. And that can be even people who know each other. And they just be on bullshit. We've heard that too. I knew him for a long time and we got married or whatever. He just went crazy. Okay. So I'm like, that's on whatever. But I'm happy as she said, look, I want the divorce to be swift. I am done. I want to move on, and that's it. Okay, I agree. Seeing Irena and Ashley go get a little Botox because her arm press be sweating. Ashley does, and having a conversation or whatever. I still don't like Ashley. I really don't. And when they bring up how, you know, I like that Irena said, like, I feel like, you know, you were harsh with Winter. You know, when she said when she said I was tired of hearing about her failed marriages. I was tired of that and I was over it. And I'm like, how are you on a show about love and marriage and you think the conversation at time won't be about marriage? I'm confused. I don't know how that happens. I don't got anyone comes on, like, I don't know how Irena and Jamie don't want to discuss their marriage issues or whatever. I don't get how Abby doesn't think that you're gonna have to listen to people's shit. I was like, then what are you going to give besides the wig? What else would it be? What else is going on? Let me know. She's bringing the mess. She wants to be the villain. That's what I think. Because even I like how Raina said to her, like, can you imagine how Winter must feel having to talk about that? Instant all the time, okay? And it was a heated confrontation between you and her. Not like wow at you. I'm sure Winter felt attacked, and she did because Ashley was being the aggressive, bitchy. I'ma keep going, and I don't mean aggressive in a physical way. I just mean she wants to be the bully. She wants to be the badass. She wants to be the bitch of the season, and she's okay being that. But I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know how you feel about Aki either. I don't know what that means, but okay. I don't like her, and I may like her later. I don't. I won't say I don't like her. I don't like Aki's interactions with Winter. I don't understand her issue yet. That's what's weird to me. I'm confused. Because she's, and I'm like, it's just weird to me. But also how, she's like, and I'm also not interested in making new friends. How then why are you on a show? Let me know. She wants to be the villain. And that's just what it is. And that's fine. But in that, I'm gonna say I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I like Athy because she called Winter asses out. Ooh, okay. I like Athy so far. She wants to be the villain. She's intimidated, the typical female catty stuff. I understand with Athy, but I like her energy right now. I'll let her play out. I just need to know why she had that energy for Winter. Oh, I'm like, oh, you know how you feel about Athy. And that's what I said. I think it could change later, but I don't get why she had that energy for Winter. That's what does not make any sense to me. But you can, we're gonna see. So we do see Jamie and Quick talking to their kids. This was a quick scene that I was like, okay, it's cute, but also I didn't care. Jamie wants the best for their kids, but I also feel like Jamie is too controlling as far as with his other son, the younger son, that's 21 and is visually impaired. He is too involved in wanting to make a decision for him for what he should do in life. I don't get that. Okay, that's the Jason's son, and then Jason, Jason does. Jamie wants Jason to be a DJ, and you can tell that ain't what Jason wants. And having him talk to Quick, who's a DJ, okay, and even he said, "I want to support Jason if that's what he wants to do, but I don't feel that's what he wants to do." Okay, and so then when he talks to Lil Jamie, because for whatever reason, he gives him a lot of insight. We found out that he was shot at. Quick was shot at 13, paralyzed for 9 months because he was out in the streets doing the wrong things. He was also stabbed before. He's been in jail before. He's also know people who are in jail for life, meaning he was in these streets. Okay, he was in the streets doing all kinds of shit. So I mean, his point is, you see me now, but you have no idea what I've been through, so I can advise you on all my fuck ups, all his failures. Okay, all his failures. So he can help advise them on, things to not do because it's gonna lead to, either prisoner or a casket. And I was mad fun size the straight to my Jason will have his own lane with his I you can tell he don't want to be a DJ. But I think we'll see the conversation play out later or whatever. But I like how Lil Jamie was like he liked Quick coming to him about stuff because it was like from his like he lived shit. He can tell me shit that I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to die. Okay. So I appreciate it coming from, and again, that's why I have to sometimes the conversation had to come from somebody who's lived through it. He didn't like he was tired of being lectured. You know what I'm saying? He did. But I do think he liked the conversation once he figured out what it was about. I think he was confused. Like, what the fuck? What is going on? Why am I talking? What's going on? What happened? What I do? You know what I'm saying? He was okay with it after the fact. And I was like, Jason has courage to confront Jamie better than Lil Jamie. True. Very, very true. Yes, Jamie needs to fall back from both his kids. Not both, because little Jamie need a little bit of guidance. I think Jason seems to like just let me do things and don't try to plan my job, my future for me. Now, my girl, tell me about it. The last thing we see is with Winter, Ashley, Raina, and Tasha. I could not, for the life of me, remember who Tasha was and why she was here. Because I'm like, why is she here? So they meet up. It was kind of a dumb meetup a little bit because I felt like it wasn't needed. I felt like they was fooling themselves. I feel like they know that that Ashley doesn't really want to be cool with Winter. And when she brought up, I don't know why I was summoned to dinner, but I'm gonna still be here, or whatever. And I'm like, when Winter thinks like they cheers like being friends or whatever, she was like, I don't know about that. So as like I don't, friends is a big word. I'm saying I think we are new acquaintances. Okay, I think we're new acquaintances. And then I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm like, I don't get why anyone came on this kind of show and then does not want to grow with stuff. Okay, yeah. No proper introduction for Tasha. And I'm like, what's her name? Who is she? What's going on? What happened? I'm confused. I'm dismayed. I don't know. And even having her sit there and she didn't say much. Like she was like a lamp, a pretty lamp, but a lamp that just is there in case you want some brightness for a second or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was confused. And when they get on the whole dinner thing or whatever, and Ashley said, I was just tired of hearing about your issues. I was tired of hearing about your marriage and your divorce or whatever. And then Winter, like, I was offended because, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't offended when your husband spoke on me, but when you called me a failure based on my marriage not working out, as if it wasn't the man who did something that made it not work out, I don't get that. And again, the dynamic between Winter and Ashley, I don't get it. I don't. I need some kind of backstory. I know they was fussing on Twitter last week. I ain't care about that. But I'm like, how in the season are y'all like? Is it this weird tension that y'all don't like each other? She said it ran a friend. It wasn't her friend. But that's the weird part. Like I don't get why she here. You don't want to hear about Winter's issues. You say you're not Irene's friend, and you were saying how Monique party was boring. So I don't understand why Ashley was here. Tasha was cute. She wasn't dinner with her husband, but she was also a mannequin. Oh, Monique. Oh, no, I think she was a mannequin. My fault. Anyway, so the conversation kind of went from them two just kind of explaining how they did not see it for each other for what happened at the dinner party. And so when Ashley brings up, if you keep talking about your husband or your issues or whatever, you have to take some, credit for the bullshit that you had happen, okay? Because you married a man who you did not know. And I was like, no, okay, don't do that. I just felt judgmental. And I like what Winter said. I prefer you ask me questions versus being judgmental of my situation. And that's what I don't like about Ashley. She's judgmental. That's what it is. That's what she's prejudging folks because she thinks she's better. That's what I don't like. I figured it out. Okay. And while, she apologized for coming off aggressive, she apologized for the energy she had, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to apologize for what I said. And I was like, it's the start of a whole battle between Winter and Ashley. I think they'll both come back on season 2. I think at that point in time, Winter will probably be a full-time cast member and on the little flyer or whatever. But I was bored and aggravated at the same time with this scene. And that's why I'm like, I know it's only season 1, but I just don't know how much I can take them all like not really wanting to be open on the show. It's weird. Ashley likes to respond, so she will say anything to make people feel slighted. She does it with Raina and Winter. She only has the nasty disposition. It's nothing about that. It isn't, and I don't like it. I don't. And I'm like, it's because she's judgmental. She judging folks as she's talking. Because this is the thing about that. How can you be that judgmental about someone who you just met? Ashley may be mad at Winter because her husband chasing her down to get her book and quick running from her her ass 3 days. It is messy. I don't like it. Let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. But first, like the video, please. Because liking is the thing to do. Okay. So first, let's get to Stormy. Stormy did a review of Miss Wanda's food at her food truck. So we know the whole fight thing happened this weekend, and Wanda went live and said, Stormy had my food. I want to do a review. And Jamie had did a video about it, I think yesterday. And so I'm like, damn, where I wanted to go find where it was posted. Could not find it no goddamn where. So Jamie sent it to me because someone sent it to Jamie, one of her viewers. And I'm like, dang, when I saw it was from one of the Facebook groups, I was like, dang, I wonder if that's really her. So I'm like, let me DM Stormy and ask her and hope she replied, because if she did not reply, I wasn't gonna talk about it. But she replied back and said it was her. So what she said was the whole full-fledged review of Miss Wanda's food. Let's read it together, people. Let's read it together. Let me blow it up first. I can read it because I have bad vision. Okay. Let me go on record and say this. Since Miss Wanda wants a review from me about I'm a girl. Wants a review from me about plates my husband was purchasing, I definitely did go over and decided to try it as well and let him get me a plate. And I still to this day ain't never seen someone that old try to fight and go 7 plates. I was joking because it seemed like she was putting on for cameras, which is sad considering how low she went. And by the way, I was on Love and MarriageHuntsville camera, still mic'd up when I said it to her. I hope they show it, nothing to hide. But let's get to the review based on someone who really do this business shit. Okay? Everyone taste buds are different, but this is how I felt about it. I was trying to spare her review but she wanted to take the fact that in spite of everything, my husband was willing to support her black business, because to be honest, we'll still be confused by everyone's dynamic and trying to stay out of the mess. That's always ends up working itself out to the point where everyone becomes cordial again. 1 minute they beefing, the next minute they cool. But on to the food, I tried to eat it. However, she could not. Well, I gotta make it bigger, y'all. She said more. Why can I? Oh no, that's right. I tried to eat it, but I couldn't. She was right with the ribs. Were overcooked, just weird tasting. The mac tasted like plain noodles with no flavor, regardless of cheese being added. The greens were flavorless. Flavorless green? The greens were flavorless? That is bad. Okay. Didn't even know that was possible. I didn't try the chicken, so I won't speak on that. Apparently, my mama didn't mind the chicken. But yeah, I'm thinking with Jails when it comes to food. He deserves the support, an amazing person who knows how to remain professional, especially when it comes to business. As far as Ms. Wanda's food business, let us pray for you. That broke down truck, not the broke down truck, mine. My question is, if y'all got it like that, why go and find the cheapest truck ever? Who the fuck eating out of that? Or were y'all once again putting up for the cameras? I guess the truck can match the food because they're both trash. That is kind of crazy. So when I DM'd her asking her if that was her, she responded back saying yes, it was me. Okay. And she added, because it wasn't just about her, dogging the food or talking about the food. Okay, what she said to me was, yes, but I want to be clear that I'm a firm believer that in business, especially at scale, there will be good reviews and bad reviews. It's unrealistic to think otherwise. I think they should always be used as a way to try to get better, not bash. That's why I stated that everyone's taste buds are different. My mom actually liked the chicken and a small sample salad she had. I personally couldn't finish the salad because I had onions and I don't like them. Wanda asked for my review specifically to use our support as a vehicle to be malicious when we were wholeheartedly staying out of it. So I gave her my honest review. I also feel that by even giving a review from a business marketing standpoint, she could capitalize off of it, which she could because she's the whole business. Okay. And then she also added what she put in the group that if I could give her business advice, it would be a great move for her to not respond and instead make the best food ever. Set up a free pop up food tasting and document viewers' response. That's what a true marketer would do. I low key threw her a op, okay? And if she was smart, she could dunk it. I was like, girl, come on now. Alley oop. So, you know, that's what she said. That's what she said. Okay. Wow. That part. Dang, Stormy, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Stormy. Come on. Around here. Well, Wanda can't get upset with Stormy because she gave an honest review. Okay. Let's see, sad review for Wanda and great review for Destiny's Ex. Yeah, because I think the restaurant she mentioned is LeBeric's Place. Because we know that she had a picture with LeBeric, and she went to his restaurant too. Honey, the shade of it all is thick. Okay. I feel like she can cook, but the presentation was horrible. You know? Not make spam accounts, beauty, crappy reviews. It could happen. It could happen. But Wanda asked for it. She did. Wanda asked for it. Okay, let's get into the episode. What's first? I can't remember. Oh, Wanda them going acting crazy. Wanda, I'm so tired, but I'm gonna be off camera for the rest of this thing because I'm just tired, y'all. So I'm gonna be like leaning on my table. Wanda's acting a fool. Okay, acting the whole company fool the whole time. I feel like Wanda will always be a fool because Wanda is an agent of chaos. Okay, for sure, an agent of complete chaos. Kimmy like Wanda. At the end of the day, simmer down. Okay, ain't gonna be too many bitches. Ain't gonna be too many big shits. Okay, so energy is always on 10, and that's some bullshit. Wanda come through like a wrecking ball, and the crazy part is, as what does someone say? We can't control Wanda. You can't control Wanda. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, if your mama won't at least listen to you saying, "Hey, mama, calm down with your BS." Don't do that, okay? Because it's some bullshit. It makes it seem like Tisha is okay with her mama coming through and just wreaking havoc, and it's on bullshit. Wanda do so. I'm sorry if my energy was whatever. My bad to Kimmy. That's to Kimmy or whatever. But I said what I said. I'm like, girl, everybody said what they said. But it's Wanda just come through for no reason, causing trouble. Like you don't even have a reason to really beef with anyone there at all. Okay. So when Marcel and Maurice go have a conversation, Wanda on bullshit, and they like walk up there. I'm like, first of all, Jalen house was too small for this gathering. Okay, it really, really was. But Marcel, like, look, I told Tisha her mama causing all these issues. She's causing all this trouble. She's offending people. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the world bringing all this shit to us. It's your mama. Your mama is the main agent of chaos who keeps up all this bullshit or whatever. And, it's kind of crazy. She out here lying on me. Told I said that I was at a motel with somebody and I did not say that. I'm tired of it. She came to my house, causing my wife to be crying. You know what I'm saying? My wife crying because of what her mama said. You know what I'm saying? But she wants money for his food truck. She wants all these things, but she around here just going crazy. My thing is, your issue should not be with Wanda. Your issue should be with Tisha. You wanna know why? Because Tisha don't check her mama. And this is the thing. If I can't control my mama, I can control the environment. Mama would not be invited. I would say, hey, look, do not invite my mama. If you invite my mama and she the food, it's because you had her here. Whoever invites Wanda is the person who wants chaos, in my opinion. Because if Tisha can't control her, fine. But y'all can kind of stop inviting her to shit. Don't do that. Just do not do that. And even Maurice said, Wanda has these toxic vibes. So it's crazy that this episode airs. Let me say how toxic Wanda is. The same weekend, Wanda got into a male, and this whole thing happened. Okay? Complete craziness. Now, when Kimmy and Tiffany meet up, I'm gonna probably speak through this because when I say my energy is like on two. When Tiffany and Kimmy meet up, I almost felt like it was a pointless scene, a little bit, but it was what it was. But they discussed the fallout between Stormy and Destiny. That at the housewarming, it didn't go no better. And Kimmy bring up how she feel like both Stormy and Destiny have to stop talking to each other differently. How they both have to realize you have to talk to the person how you want them to talk to you. Because for Stormy to feel, wrong that Destiny talks to her in some kind of way is crazy. I still feel like telling somebody don't call me sweetie is okay. Don't do that. My name is my name. Either use my name or don't say anything. But don't call me little nickname shit. If you know we at odds right now. Okay. Yeah. Kimmy brought a thunderstorm to her son's house. Completely agree. Because of you inviting, and I also feel like Wanda technically not even really related to Jalen, because Wanda is Tisha mama. So Wanda did not come. She did not, but I'm leave that be. I'm gonna leave that be. So when Kimmy brings up how she got a brokerage license or whatever, her and Maurice are going to open a brokerage firm, and again, still be consistently working together. Tiffany wants to ask, how does that work? How is it working with your spouse? Because Lewis wants me to make more time for him or whatever. He thinks I work too much, and I just wonder how it's gonna work. And I'm like, look, when Tiffany brought up how her and Lewis agreed to grind it out for 4 years, work for 4 years, to not think about kids at that point in time and just move on. I don't get how he now feel like that can be changed. But her saying how he thinks that she don't have time for kids, but he also thinks she don't have time for him. And I'm like, to me, that's a huge divide in your marriage. When your husband or even wife, when anyone feels like the other one does not have time for them, I don't get how that happens. But it's weird that Tiffany is saying that she can make time to have a kid. But I'm like, well, why would you not want to make time for your husband? Because again, if you and your husband ain't on good terms or y'all having issues, you should not bring a baby in the world, because the baby ain't gonna fix it. And that's the weird thing. Kimmy should have invited Kiki. Had Kimmy invited Kiki, that would have been a key. That would have been a key. And that's the weird part for the show so far. No one has all been in the room together. I'm Mel, Kiki, Tisha, all of them. That would be a for sure key. I'm like, girl, it's a lot. Anyway, but Kimmy look, if you don't have time for a baby, I'm saying now, what makes you think you'll have time for a baby later? And also that if you can make time to have a baby, why can't you make time for your husband? I'm like, I don't think Tiffany did Tiffany even like Louis? I don't know. But I'm not, girl, move on. Martell talks to a tutor, okay, to take his builder's license test. Martell said he took that test 7 years ago. And not only that, he took it 7 years ago, and once he failed it, he just did not take it again because Mel already had. I'm like, you did not take a test to get your own because your wife had one. It showed his thought process, but now his manager has told him you have to get your own builder's license because you can't keep partnering people, because if something happens, you have to be able to do your own. Okay, and so the tutor then said, well, look, okay. At the end of the day, you have 40 questions on the test. You only have to get 26 right to pass. So you can't even focus on passing the whole exam. Focus on knowing at least 26 answers to the questions. I was like, you a scammer. Anyone who say, look, don't really worry about knowing everything. Know only enough to pass. I'm like, I don't want someone who only knows enough to pass building my house. I want someone who knows everything. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be fully aware of how to do shit. I would never want to hire someone who felt the need to only answer some questions right. That's a house burned down. Okay. Did they invite Tiffany on oil? No. On LFP? No. I don't think I think she'll be boring. She's not on the show enough to garner an interview right now. Like she hasn't even been involved in any of the, like I don't know I don't even know what we were talking about. I don't. Um, I would be like, girl, and she may be a nice person, and I'm not saying she's not nice. I'm just saying I don't see the point of interviewing her when she gets nothing on the show and nothing has been like about her or surrounding her. I think last season may have been a better time to try to book her. I can't remember if we reached out or not, but I do feel like this season, she just a bit boring, and that's what it is. So I would not want to have her on currently. Or if we did, it would be a short interview. I just don't know what we're talking about. But again, not Martell's. They gonna take the test. She gonna pass it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't believe you, sir, because you'll be on bullshit. Male's event. So the first thing we see is our friends, my girl, okay, my friends, Bondi. Bondi was there, okay? Now, when the episode was being taped, she did not know if she was going to make it on air, so we were very, very excited to see her on air on the Love and Marriage Huntsville screen, okay? And as y'all know, she looked gorgeous, okay? So again, congrats to our boo Bondi of the Blue. Now at that point in time, we did not know. Well, we knew that Destiny and Tisha wasn't there. What we did not know was the reasons why. We now see throughout the season the reason that Mel did not invite Tisha or because they weren't cool at all. Okay, so it's cool to know that. However, we then see Stormy get there. Stormy, Kimmy, Tiffany, and then also Kiki walks up. When Kimmy said to Kiki, "Oh, you didn't find nowhere to put your stuff down," I was like, because Kiki walking around holding her purse in her coat. I'm like, girl, why not even leave it in your car? She walking around with all this shit in her. I was like, girl, I just cannot. Okay, I cannot. It's just weird to me. Anyway, when Kiki come up and try to have a conversation, a confrontation, or just something with Stormy was like, hey, and it's kind of slowly walked away and was like, just paid her dust. I was like, what is going on? The weird thing was Kiki did walk up like she had been waiting to have something go on between her and Stormy. And I didn't know why. Now, when she then said to Stormy how I heard that you were saying things and speaking on me about me speaking on Tisha. And when Stormy did her live on IG, how, she wanted that energy and I wasn't gonna give it to her. I just wasn't. I do think Kiki was looking for a moment. I do think Kiki was trying to be on the show, but I think Kiki was doing the same thing others have done. It came off awkward because it came like I think had she had conversation with anybody, had it been a conversation versus her walking up and then say, hey Stormy, you remember me? Kiki, Tisha's cousin. I was like, what is going on here? And I was like, I would have been Stormy. Girl, where is you? I'm gonna walk right away and go have a seat. My feet hurt. It was weird to me that it kind of came out the blue and how Stormy just did not engage. She just walked away and didn't say shit. And then Stormy was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. And then Kiki was like, I don't like dry shade. I don't like dry shade. You see, I have only met you one time, and I did not know we would have a problem. And I'm like, I don't think that Stormy had a problem. I think her issue was, I'm not about to engage you trying to check me about anything. I thought that's what it was. It was just weird. It was weird. And I wish they could have just had more of a conversation and it came up in conversation. But I mean, Stormy was like, Grandma walked. So Stormy just walked away. It was rude. It was. But I think Stormy had told before that she know that Kiki and her tea. And I don't leave it there. I don't know. I'm let that be. So Mel get them the kids, okay, and they look all nice or whatever. We know she's now going by Melody Sheree and not Melody Holtz. Okay, what I think is great. And she's like, I have to keep things moving. I have to keep things going forward, whatever. I have to do better and keep working hard for my kids to see that I am up here working hard for them. Okay. And Mel brings up how she also believes in self-care. And how, as a friends, whenever I can call my friends up, whatever, and I have my friends come over and we'll go have a self-care day. I'm like, Mel, honey, who you talking about? Destiny or Tisha. But I also love the fact that they showed the event. I love the fact that they showed her products. I like that they showed, because sometimes we'll see these events and we don't really see what's going on. So I like that we've seen what actually happened as far as her having to relaunch her skincare line, because it used to be called something different when she was born Martell. So having to rebranch, relaunch, everything, whatever, it was cool to see. Because sometimes we don't see nothing business related on this show, so that was cool to me. So we do see Tiffany in the confessional. When Tiffany's in the confessional, how Mel has been a good friend to me, and I don't want to get on her bad side because the side that Martell and Tisha and Dex talk about. I was like, girl, Mel gonna cut you off for that. If she even put her name with them people. Okay, right. Look at Sugar Mama, looking cute as a butt. Okay, cute as a butt or whatever. Now we do see Kiki and Kimmy having a sad conversation together, and mainly Kiki wanted to check Kimmy about talking to Tisha about what she said at Mel's Christmas party. And I'm gonna sum this up real quick. I feel like Kimmy saying I was not about to not have a talk with Tisha because you would feel like I was running back in the station or whatever. I felt like you were doing too much at the party and you should only talk to Tisha about your issues. And that wasn't the place to have that conversation. And Kiki feel like, well, I didn't lie. I didn't think anything untrue. And I felt like it was a confidential or confidant conversation or whatever, and was not a big deal. And I feel like Kiki, while I feel like Kiki wasn't wrong, I also feel like Kiki also can acknowledge how it would make somebody else feel. I don't like that Kiki wasn't acknowledging that, even though what you were saying, in your opinion, was not a lie, and in your opinion, it was actual and factual. Kimmy's point in saying that may be true. However, the place and the people you have to talk with is the issue that anyone has. That was not the place or the time or the audience to speak on anything you've ever talked to Tisha about. When you and Tisha were, one, at odds, and two, she wasn't there. And the back and forth of it was like, girl, Kiki, you look foolish. Because again, you're kind of making excuses for someone else's point. Because it's not even about right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? But you have to at least understand why someone feels that way. And I don't think Kiki was even willing to admit, but okay, I can see your point. And I wish would have said, I see your point. And she ain't do that. So that was weird to me. But I also like how this conversation didn't get messy. Was cool to me. But when Kiki said, look, I am not about to go back and forth with you about it and saying I'm not going to do that or whatever, I did not run to teach and tell anything. And so I went and had a talk with her, and that's what it was. Okay. But you coming to me about it is perplexing. Okay. It was just, I was like, girl, okay. But let's move on to the end, which was the Scott's dinner that was Tisha, Marceau, Maurice, and Kimmy talking about the bull of the shit, how this housewarming went left with Wanda. They all like, look, Kimmy, you invited Wanda, and now look what happened, okay? And when Kimmy said, I assumed Wanda would be on her best behavior because she can't always bring bullshit. No, Wanda will always bring bullshit. Okay? Period. I don't think anyone would think differently because she always bring bullshit. I don't think I've ever seen Wanda not come and have this complete chaos go on and ensue around her. Okay, it's like no. Yeah, they do. She do look just like Wanda and Tisha. They have strong genes. Okay, um, Tisha bring up how for one I can't control my mom. However, that's on y'all. When you invite her somewhere, that's on y'all. So when they get in the food truck conversation, and Marcel like, look, I am not paying money for no food truck or whatever. You're lying. You're gonna do it or whatever. And then when they ask her about her feelings on they ask the feelings about Kiki, and Wanda having a conversation or whatever, and she's like, my mama don't like the fact that Kiki was like speaking on me and we're family. We should not do that. I just feel like we're having the same conversation over and over and over for no reason. I don't think it's a secret that that's how you feel. That's how Wanda feel. However, it's like, but everyone else is talking to or about Kiki or to about Tisha. I'm like, we need to see Tisha and Kiki have a conversation with maybe Wanda there and even with Kimmy there. Because even with Kimmy, Tisha, and Kiki. So that way there's no issue about what was said, what happened, or whatever. I think those three should have a conversation. I can't wait for the next episode. I agree. It's about to be some shit, okay? I think Kimmy will be in the hot seat this season. Kimmy? I don't know, because I don't think Kimmy was wrong in telling Tisha. Kimmy said how she did not want to be at odds with her, which meant once Tisha know I was there and I knew and I didn't tell her, it would have caused the issue. So let me just talk to her first and not let that be that. But I'm like, that was smart to me. Now, when Marceau get into saying how, Kiki put Tisha in a bad position, for things that happened, and she's upset as if, me and Tisha told Mel something, or Mel and Martell, something, but it was, the choices she made, we had to tell them what was going on. Now, we still don't know what any of that is. That still has not been revealed. And I'm like, I really need them to address it, because at this point in time, it's like y'all are speaking about y'all keep talking around something that we don't know what's going on. And that's what's weird, okay? And when he said, the choices she made affected other people. So at that point in time, it's not just your issue, it's also ours too. So we had to say something so that we didn't look crazy. I'm like, whatever. And when Kimmy then said, I feel like because, I wasn't in the best place with Tisha, that people thought I would come to that party and be off, and I would join in on the bash Tisha conversation, and that ain't what I do. I felt like that's what Mel wanted from Destiny after the reunion. I felt like, Mel felt like even if Tisha have issues with me or whoever else, you don't have to join in on that conversation just because we are kind of at odds. So I understood what Kimmy meant, how they wanted her to just join in on the, Marcel was cheating, Tisha's or whatever, because they knew Tisha and Kimmy were not on the best terms. And I'm like, I think that's true. And then when Marcel bring up how, well, Kiki lying, how Kiki's saying, well, her and Tisha talked about cheating, that was not true. Marcel said Mel told Kiki that I was cheating. Kiki then went and brought that to Tisha. So Kiki trying to make it seem like her and Tisha had a conversation based on something that Tisha said, but no, Mel said something to Kiki, and that's why it's misleading. I feel like Tisha has wholeheartedly had talks with her cousin about her husband possibly doing some bullshit. And it's weird that they're trying to make it seem as if they don't have any secrets or there's no issue there. And I'm like, it's issues there. There is. And what Marcel was like, I can't give someone I don't know grace. I gave Martell grace. I gave Wanda grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't give Mel grace. I did not give Mel mom grace. But I cannot give Kiki grace because I don't know her. And I can't give anyone grace who don't know me and comes after my family. I'm like, but that's y'all cousin. Yes, I agree. The Sky storyline is to deflect about male. And I don't get it. I really do not get it. It makes me feel like there's more that they're hiding, that they're trying to keep from us, but wrong button. Because we're all smarter than the average bear, they think we believe them. And I'm like, Marcel was lying. I don't think Mel told Kiki something. No, I think TG and Kiki had a conversation. And it may not have been Marcel's cheating. It may have been a conversation about rumors of him cheating or issues in their marriage. I think that's the conversation she probably had with Kiki. But I don't believe the whole thing that Mel and Kiki is. I don't believe it. I don't. Because again, back then it was all friends. This is the weirdest shit ever. Okay, I don't like it. What Marcel said about Mel telling Kiki he cheats and got Kiki talking was totally wrong. Yeah, that's how I was like, I don't believe that. I really don't. I just don't. Kimmy is leaving out the keywords when she is real in a situation and she channels Maurice to defend her. But Maurice ain't say shit. I don't know. Kimmy is two-faced. I didn't like how Marcel saying at the table he gave grace to Marty but not to Mel. Because Marcel's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? A complete asshole. That's how I went off, y'all. I am tired. I want to end it here because I want to go to sleep, y'all. I do. I hope y'all enjoy this long ass live. I'll be live tomorrow to do Basketball Wives sometime in the afternoon. It will not be early. It will probably be like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Because I'm just I need to rest a little bit. But I hope you all enjoyed this live. I felt like my energy went down, and I'm sorry for that. But like sometimes when I get tired, it just be weird or whatever, and I'm like whatever. But again, great time had by all. Live twice today. So I've been live for like 4 hours. So I'm like, Lord Jesus, I need some water and an apple or plum because I need some energy. But I love you all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day or the nights. And then other than that, I will talk to y'all tomorrow on that live coming up. Okay, but thank y'all for appreciating me. Thank you very much for Kathy and thank you for being a member too. But yeah, I'll be trying to just, thank you for going live at the end today. Right, you know what I'm saying? I'll be trying to do it. Okay. But I'm like, as I was sitting here, I was like, I'm tired. I got tired, y'all. And I was like, dang. I was like, but I can't end it early. And so I feel like my energy throughout the live is like went away. But yeah. But Chain, have a good night. Yes, thank you very much. Everyone have a great night. Absolutely. Great night. Yes, still on, honey. And that review will be up tomorrow. So come on around here, honey. We can kiki about them too. Because it is what it is. But have a good night. I love you all. Great time having on. Okay. And do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner, to like the video and all those things that I say every video. Love you all. Gotta go. Bye.